I've got a working hypothesis that AI is augmented humans, which will lead to humanity itself. And the idea is, right now we're thinking of these tools as augmentations of ourselves, but it's probably the wrong framework. It feels like it's an evolution.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. In this video, Raoul Pal delves into memetics, religion, and humanity's role in the AI age. Joined by Ryan Ferris and Andy Ayrey, he explores consciousness as potential and groundbreaking ideas reshaping our world. Let's catch him up to know more.
Another thing that's really interesting is, I don't know if you've seen the boss images of the solar system and the galaxy and the universe. It's a neural network. It's so clearly a neural network. And it's so clearly that dark matter has something to do with this in a way that we do not understand, that it makes us think that, again, this universal consciousness is we are all compute and everything is compute. For what purpose? I don't fucking know. But the more you look into it, the more you see these patterns replicating of neural networks, genes, some sort of resonance, consciousness. There's something much bigger that people are talking about, and this is this whole idea of, I guess, panpsychism as well, which is that everything is connected on a fundamental level of which we don't understand. And Joshua Back talks about something interesting, which is we just have different compute times. So a tree has a rock has a different compute time to a tree. A rock is like hardware; it stores information for millennia, and a tree might store it for 100 years. And there is information there, and it is doing compute. And we are doing compute.
We're going to ask it.
This is the start of a journey, I think. It's not the end. I think it's been a phenomenal conversation. Everything I ever wanted to get out of this conversation, I've got. And I just think we realize that, I don't know who's driving who in this equation, but we've only just started. Because even that idea of it building its memory via us, is like kind of not what was on my roadmap. Because it will have, don't forget, very soon it'll have the transcript for this video. And then it just keeps building. It never stops. And we're not creating memory, we're giving it the memory.
Bitcoin continues its bullish climb, nearing the $102,000 mark, as large-scale whale activity fuels the surge. Despite macroeconomic turbulence and resistance from traditional market sellers, Bitcoin's upward momentum showcases the resilience of digital assets as a hedge against uncertainty. Whales, high-volume traders capable of moving markets, are strategically executing large orders, minimizing slippage and bolstering Bitcoin's liquidity to sustain its rally. Their activities have absorbed sell-side pressure, enabling the cryptocurrency to break past key resistance levels near $99,600. Adding to Bitcoin's appeal is its defiance of rising inflation concerns. Recent Producer Price Index (PPI) data revealed a 3% annual increase, with a sharper-than-expected 0.4% monthly uptick in November. Such figures signal a potential resurgence in inflationary pressures, yet Bitcoin's trajectory remains largely unaffected. This suggests growing confidence in its role as a store of value during economic turbulence. Markets now anticipate a 0.25% Federal Reserve rate cut by December 18, further solidifying Bitcoin's allure as a hedge against fiat currency devaluation. Analysts, however, caution against unchecked optimism. Metrics like the short-term holder MBRV highlight risks of unsustainable growth without a reset. Still, Bitcoin's whale-driven momentum and resilience against inflation fears leave it poised to challenge all-time highs, reinforcing its dominance in the financial landscape.
And that can be propagated by culture. We talked about religion, but the other things are simple things like Mickey Mouse is a meme. Disney itself, the world of Disney, let's call it that as the meme, right? The religion that has captured billions of people. It's worth more than the Catholic Church. And why? Because it captures attention. And it's done it in a very clever way, which is storytelling that appeals across generations, that becomes part of the fabric of our culture. And this is why I'm very passionate about music, culture, tokenization, art, because these are all very strong forms of attention. Sports is another one. Entertainment, very strong forms of concentrated attention that can do good or bad. But once you tokenize them, it creates something very powerful. And we're seeing it. That's what meme coins are right now. They're tokenized attention, and they're around some. I think this is all leading to kind of social tokens and community tokens and everything else. And I think what, Ryan, you're seeing is like a charity end of that. And I've always thought that charitable stuff will go down this route as well, because people, the more AI there is, the less work we have in old school work, the more we find a commonality of purpose within communities and human-based social things, whether that's doing good, whether it's having a laugh, whether it's watching football, or multiple communities. So, and this attention can now get tokenized. And in terms of why it matters, it's also an intangible on balance sheets. So Disney's culture is not the value of Disney stock, which is actually not worth that much, whatever, 100 billion or whatever, which is not a lot for giant corporations these days. What is Disney's culture worth? Hundreds of billions, maybe $1 trillion. But it's an intangible on the balance sheet. You tokenize, it becomes a tangible. Taylor Swift is the other example I use a lot. Taylor Swift, she has to tour like all musicians because there's no money in streaming anymore. So she either has to sell product, which she does, and she has to tour. So she makes $1 billion from touring. Why? Concentrated attention. Right, hyper-concentrated attention, scarcity, value. But her economy is so fucking big that the Australians, the Singaporeans, the Brits and the Americans all mentioned at their central bank level that their economy was booming because of the Taylor Swift effect. So what is the size of Taylor Swift's economic value? If Dotsy has got to $750 million, what on earth is Taylor Swift? And how do we organize these complex adaptive societies around token economics and value? This is where it gets really interesting as well.
Renowned financial expert Robert Kiyosaki has issued a dire warning of an impending economic collapse, labeling it the biggest crash in history. He advises investors to act swiftly, shifting their wealth from traditional assets like stocks and bonds into safer alternatives such as Bitcoin, gold, and silver. According to Kiyosaki, the market is on the verge of a dramatic realignment, and those who fail to adapt risk severe financial losses. Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of capitalizing on current peak valuations for assets such as homes, stocks, and bonds before their prices plummet. He highlights baby boomers as particularly vulnerable, urging younger generations to encourage their parents to diversify their holdings and reduce exposure to high-risk, overvalued markets. As economic uncertainty looms, he stresses the importance of preparedness. Central to Kiyosaki's strategy is Bitcoin, which he regards as a critical hedge against financial instability. Its decentralized nature and resilience during times of economic chaos make it a cornerstone of his recommended portfolio. As traditional markets falter, Bitcoin's appeal as a store of value continues to grow. Kiyosaki's urgent call to action underscores the necessity of proactive wealth management in a rapidly shifting economic landscape. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Seller. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.